SMD by the end of July. Olivia popping out as MD, and whoever else on Emancipators wants to rise up and make this happen. I know that we gotta snatch this thing before some other folks think they can come up in here and snatch SVP. The architect of Las Vegas will be the first SVP in Chairman's Council, and that's for sure if Emancipators have anything to do with it. So our commitment is our SMD numbers, which is 100, 100, 200. Yeah, that's it.
Awesome. I remember speaking to Kenny when we were running for MD, and I told him, man, can you really make it happen, guys? Or can you really make your team, can you guys really make it happen? And he's like, Joe, do you believe in miracles? And I was like, yeah. And then the next week he writes a $65,000 app, becomes the #1 producer in the entire company, and makes it out to the trip to Jamaica with us. And it was amazing. So I believe in miracles, Kenny. So I believe that you can make it happen, bro. Let's keep pushing. Who do we have next? I see Kim and Curtis Eatman. C3, take it away.
What's up? Well, you know, it's funny you talk about Jamaican, because I just left a Jamaican restaurant. I got a little oxtail sitting over here and so forth. You know what? I might even knock on your door there, Joel. I'll let you know a little bit later. But yeah, so our commitment is keeping an eye on what's in front of me. Keeping an eye on what's in front of me. The first step is by June 30th, what we're gonna, what we're gonna accomplish. Obviously, it's PC. We have our eye on 2 people taking advantage of the discount of directorship. Let's just face it. Let's go for it. We have Meredith Malloy out of New York, and then we also have her sister that has the capability. Someone else on that leg, Ania, has a possibility of hitting director. And we're going to go for it. And also, obviously, promoting from the bottom up, making sure that the trainees get to associate. So that's our goal for June 30th. And that is, the intent is to not only push C4 up to SVP, which we all know he deserves. We all know that vision and Spring's vision needs to be sitting at the table of Chairman's Council. Then we also know snatching Team of the Decade is really the issue here right now. Team of the Decade, snatching that, making that big interception. It has to happen by June 30th. By June 30th, we're gonna make sure that happens. That's gonna knock it out. That's gonna knock it out. We already know our targets, and that is to push everyone up. And so right now we're identifying Meredith Malloy as our flag carrier. Let's just face it. She's only been in the business since May, and we already know what she's doing. And I think she's on the line. And so our intent is to put our resources behind her for her to hit MD by July 31st. So if she's on the line, I'd like her to speak her intention.
I'm here. I heard my name. What would you like me to say?
I'll state your intentions for June 30th and July 30th, based on our discussion that we had with C4 today.
Oh, I definitely have full intentions of completing MD by the end of next month. You know, working with the team, doing what we can over the next couple of days to take advantage of the director promotion. So yeah, it's late over here. I'm very tired, low energy. Sorry for everyone. But yeah, I'm super excited about that possibility. Wasn't really expecting it. And so I look forward to making a plan, making it plain and going for it.
If you guys can unmute yourself and give Meredith some love, because they are putting in the nightlight out there going on midnight. So we appreciate
it. 11 p.m. strong. Let's go, baby.
Awesome. Let's keep it going, guys, because it is kind of late out there in the East Coast. Next marketing director. Who else do we have? Am I missing anybody? Stephanie, I see you there. Stephanie, let us know what you're gonna do. Let us know what you're gonna do this month and next month.
What's up, Max Live? How's it going, everybody? Max Live, can you guys hear me?
Loud and clear, loud and clear.
Come on, Steph.
All right, guys. Just
Let's
so you
go,
guys know, I
Steph.
found a secret nail salon. So let's go. We feeling good now. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I'm really excited. The team is on one accord, which is the best thing ever for Max Life. I think that this is just the beginning of our run. Coach was really explaining to us earlier about even the littlest person, that this just being even your beginning. Like, we need everybody who's not a director to go and hit director. Like, it starts with you guys doing that, because there's people on this call who need to hit MD. There's, so there was times when I remember making sure that no matter what, Ron and Candy hit President's Club. Like, I would literally call my brother and be like, hey, I need to recruit you. Like, just so Ron and Candy would make sure that they would hit President's Club. Like, they were not even hitting like a promotion. They were literally just hitting President's Club. And that was our culture, and that's always been our culture. And so I know that our coaches deserve this. I know for world class, we're going to come through. Our goal this month is hitting level 1 GEB, and then being able to cross over $25,000 in the month, like in the month of July. So by August 15th, my commitment is to have $50,000 paid out personal, of income. I'm gonna go running to make $50,000 for the next 45 days. So, and I want to be able to, at the end of the 45 days, show everybody that you can get your watch in 45 days. So, or whatever the case may be. So that is the challenge. I've never been a personal producer. I always get people throwing shade at me for it. And so I'm ready to take the bull by the horns and knock it out in the face and do something so that I can come through for Max Life. I have the Liberation shirt on. You guys can see it. I know I'm kind of driving, but I wanted to make sure that on this day I wore it with this meeting so that we can make sure that we come through and that we are the flag carriers, Max Life, as for the flag carriers of Liberation. So that means that we got to get Joel Molina to SVP and world class, whatever you need, coach. Like, if you want to tell me what you need, we're there for that. So we got a team we're building, and I got this team's back. So whatever you guys need, you guys let me know.
Liberation.
So Stephanie. Liberation. Liberation.
We will rock you.
All right, so who else we got? I think Joe Smith. Joe Smith, where you at, bud? Joe Smith. I don't see him on here, guys. If someone can text him, or maybe he can just post it up, I'll have a conversation with him. But guys, I want to open it up. Just give me 5 minutes. I want to open it up to anybody out there. Like I said, the power of one, everybody counts. I want you just to unmute yourself and let us know what you're going to do for the team. I want to give you 30 seconds before
I think I'll go next since I'm next MD.
Go ahead. I heard Belinda, what's your commitment?
All right, so still needing 25,000 to close out for marketing director. Ashton's not on this call, but he needs 40,000. Looks like we'll probably be hitting, we're both pushing hard. We're not even going to sleep. So that's our goal by the end of this month. So we 4 more days. We're pushing for 25,000 for myself, 40,000 for him. VCE has already hit level 1 GEB. We are pushing Helen for level 2 though. It'll be the first time she's ever hit level 2 GEB. So that's our goal.
Awesome. So you're going to double promote, you're going to get promoted, and then you're going to promote a marketing director. Is that what's happening?
Yes. Yeah. So, I mean, he'll be my exchange leg, of course. But yeah, so our ultimate goal is to get Helen a double promotion and getting Helen to SMD.
What a great story. Because weren't you guys like at five people, and then you just
Yeah. I think March we were at 3 people.
See, I love hearing stories like that, guys, because that just makes it real, man. It makes it, the dream is real. make it a reality. It's just hard work and dedication. But with that said, guys, anybody else? I know I heard Miss Sylvia. I know I heard you.
Yes.
Go
So
ahead.
I just want to say that today I had a meeting. I have 4 business referral partners that are really true business referral partners that do refer a lot of business. So I got them on the phone and I told them what I wanted to do for Dr. Cooper, or what we wanted to do for Dr. Cooper. I says, I know you guys don't necessarily want to do this business because they got a lot of stuff going on, but they are very supportive of me. And so I'm looking for each of them to at least get 1 recruit for me, and at least get maybe 500 to 1,000 points each one of them. So that's just from my business referrals. That doesn't include the agents that I actually have that are working. We have a rollover coming. We have one of my agents getting ready to hit associate. We got another agent working on associate. So I plan on contributing in whatever way I can. I'm not even thinking about director right now. Honestly, all of my effort is going towards getting Dr. Cooper there. I have personal reasons why I want his name to be mentioned as the team of the decade. And that's my focus. That's my only focus right now.
Flag carrier right there. Guys, I'm gonna take one more, and everybody else, this is the challenge, guys. Post it on band. Don't post it on the chat here. Post it on band. Let us know what you're gonna do, because we're tracking every single day from today on. So go ahead.
Noel, can you hear me?
Yes, Anna, Miss CEO, let's go. I want to hear it.
That's right.
Come on, Anna.
Yes, guys. Well, my commitment is that I'm on the run for director, and right now I'm at 2 apps. I have a recruit pending, but anything can happen in these 5 days. MFL will be PC by the end of the month, if not before that, because MFL is united and we all coming through for them. And like a piggyback of Miss Sylvia, it's not so more about hearing director. I think that right now it's crucial that Liberation has a place at the table. Liberation needs to be at the table, and that's more the crusade. We need to have Liberation. We need to have a voice, and it's time for all of us to come through. Like you said, an app, a recruit, anything, whatever. Right now, it's not about it. We need to be selfless and just run these 5 days. Do whatever it takes, but just Liberation needs to be at the table, and it's crucial that we get there. So that's what I had to say.
Amazing. Thank you. You've always been my respect to you, Anna. But guys, without further ado, I know that everybody's, running on a run and it's late in some places. I appreciate everybody jumping on, but this means something to all of us because you jumped on. So I want to say thank you for jumping on, for taking on the call of the emergency meeting. Guys, this is real. We got to focus for the season. If you ever focused in your life, let's focus for the next 45 days, because I promise you guys that it's going to be well worth it. I promise you guys that when Dr. Cooper is up there, and when our coach Curtis and Spring, when they're up there, they're just going to pull us up. The business is going to be so much easier, guys. It's so much easier when coach is riding around in a Lamborghini or whatever he wants to get. My coach drives a Lamborghini. Oh, okay, they're signing up right away, right? We don't need to do the RI. Just, he's riding in a Lamborghini. I'm just playing, guys. But the thing here is that we're after the history books, and that's what drives me. Respect drives me. Putting Max Life with that, when we walk around with our backpacks, people need to know that we're Max Life and that we're proud to wear the jersey. You're not changing teams or anything like that. We're Max Life when we win and when we lose. But guys, the reason why I follow Max Life is because of you guys. The reason why I follow Max Life is because my coach has the right principles and values. And as others build an empire, I know that we're building on a solid foundation with the right principles and values. And I love what we represent. We're going to maximize our life, and we're going to be in every single corner of our communities and international pretty soon. But without further ado, guys, I want to bring up the person, the individual that changed my life, gave me the opportunity to build alongside with him and his beautiful wife. Mr. Curtis Eatman, do we have you on the call?
Max, right?
Max,
Max.
Max, life.
It's exciting to hear you guys.
Max, life.
You guys are cute. All right, perfect. We won't hold you too long. I heard I'm long-winded now. Yeah, I've never thought that would ever be told, but I'm long-winded now, right? But cool. I love the meeting. I love that you called an emergency meeting, Melina. Ever since you came to the organization, you literally changed everything. You've been a franchise player from the beginning. There's only a couple organizations that can say they have an Ironman on their team, and the only ones that can say that is We the People, TGA, and us. That's it. So, that's a very big deal when you start talking about the history books and where you place in that. I'm excited what's going to happen for you and your servant leadership and all the marketing directors. But when I started talking about what we could possibly do together as a leadership team, we were having a conversation earlier about what we can do. Like, what can we do? How this is like the new phase, because as you consistently keep growing, there's a new version. Like every time you think about this iPhone, every 6 months, there's a new version that comes out of it, right? So are you becoming a new version? And right now as an organization, we are literally becoming a new version of what we're going to be. So the old is the old, and everyone's increasing their identities to the new. So I'm pretty excited about what's happening for those that let go of those old identities and those old struggles that are struggling and carrying you down versus what you can possibly become, and focusing more on your attention and expanding that. And when I was looking at some of my old notes from Pat. He would have a conversation with me quite a bit about the value of your code, the value of your code. And I'm going to bring it up with you guys before we close out. Let me tell you guys, let me tell you, tomorrow's training, I'm training tomorrow. Tomorrow's training is going to kind of mess with your heads a little bit. All right. It's going to mess your heads with in regards to financial freedom. I'm really going to break down on how you can be financially free from this business. Not playing around with it, but actually real financial freedom. I'm going to talk about that and what it really means from my perspective of Team of the Decade, and how everybody on this call can increase and be a part of history and be part of something special. So I do want to bring up a couple of different things. Let me see if I can find it really quickly, because I was talking to you guys. I clicked it, and hopefully I didn't delete it. Did I delete it? You delete stuff on, man, these dumb iPhones. Hold on real quick, guys. Let me find it real quick, because I was having a good conversation. It was a good one, I promise you. It says,
Come on, man, you keep me talking like that when I just crossed over. I thought I was doing the right thing, You're
right. Give me 1 second. Okay, so if you start looking at different things, right? So I'm looking at the numbers. And Melina said it the correct way. When you start looking at what's going to happen over the next 45 days, we can't wait until August 15th to knock this stuff out. This has to be done by July 31st. All numbers have to be in. Now, if you're looking as the team, as an organization running for EVP and everything like that, that has to be done this month. So make sure you understand the numbers have to be done this month so you can solidify the jump. I just want to make sure that's clear for everybody. But one thing that most people are not expecting is a double promotion from the organization, and they're not expecting Fortaleza also to be a senior vice president. Those are two major points. The big points come from SVP promotions. So if you're listening to me, Fortaleza, or anybody in the organization, it's very important that we go from the bottom up and help Fortaleza. I'm talking about helping Apex, helping Emancipators, helping Fortaleza Base Shop become a senior vice president team. That's a very big deal. Because you guys have competition in your area, which is in Vegas, where you have Carl and Mitra said they're going to be the first senior vice presidents. They're going to be, and so we can't let that happen. That's something that can never happen, and we're not going to allow that to happen. So that's very important, because no one's expecting that, by the way. Like that's not even on the board of the company saying, oh, well, Fortaleza is going to be an SVP team. That's like they would be like, oh, that's not going to happen. That's what they would say. However, we've done this before where the double promotions have happened quite a bit in this organization. And we know that when everybody puts their energies together, when two or more are gathered, nothing can stop. And I think we have a lot more than two people on this call. Let's just put it that way. And if everybody's energy is going in the same direction, this organization could not just surpass SVP. That's not even a thought. but most importantly, promote 2 SVPs. That's major points to team of the decade that solidifies us being the flag carriers as an organization for team of the decade. That's what I would like to see, you know? So I would like to see how those on Apex, who's really going to be identify and say, if we throw you the ball, you're going to come through. For those in Fortaleza base shop, those in Emancipator base shop, can you come through? Those in a Max Light base shop, Ron and Candy are out. Ron and Candy, MFL are out. Who's the next franchise players that are coming and step into those roles and go and take those big shoes they going to fill? Who's going to take the baton? You start looking at world class. Who's the next flag carrier world class? You look at SWAT. Meredith is establishing herself saying, I'm the next one, right? I'm the next one that runs this base shop. So who are you? And you get to identify that as we go through this conversation with you. But I want to remind you guys of what happened with We the People, with Vargas, because it wasn't that long ago when they were just SMDs. It really wasn't that long ago. If you guys, and some of you guys don't know the history of the company, so I'm here to bring it to you, okay? Because a lot of people see them at the top now, but they weren't at the top for that very long. Okay, it's been like a couple of years, okay, like 3 years if that, and they were just SMDs. Okay, and one thing that really happened was all of them saying, look it, we are going to increase our identity. We are no longer going to accept what we got going on. We're no longer going to accept not playing a part. And they start speaking level 5 language, saying we're going to be company people. So everything the company needed, they drove it up. What happened by doing that? Guess who was able to be blessed by doing that? There's a lady by the name of Cindy Kobos. Now, everybody on this call, maybe you're going to be the Vargas that goes crazy, where you go and surpass both uplines. Listen to what I just said. You surpass both of your uplines because you just think bigger, and that's perfectly fine. Some of you on this call are just think bigger and you want to build it bigger. Great, you should do that. Or maybe some of you on this call are the Cindy Kobos or the Palayo that says, I just want to give birth to the Vargas. I just want to have an environment where I can give birth to that individual. Where if you look at their overrides, they override Vargas a minimum of $250,000 every year, no matter what. That's a great pension plan. Would you guys agree? Just because they taprooted, and it took her 2.5 years to find a taproot. He used to sit in the back of BOM, sit in the back of BOM. They didn't understand anything they were talking about because he didn't even understand English. He learned English in BOM. So he used to come to BOM to learn English, by the way. All right, sit in the back, and no one knew that he would be big. Like, let me repeat this again. No one knew that he's going to be the Vargas of today. They thought he was just someone that couldn't speak English that was in the back. And then all of a sudden, he decided to say, I'm going to start really doing this business. And that's the crazy thing is a lot of you on this call haven't been activated yet. We don't know who the biggest person is going to be yet. Some of you guys have just been dormant, and when I mean dormant, just being like, you have everything you need in you, but you just haven't activated yourself saying, I could win. Like, the belief hasn't been there. So once your belief is activated, you already have the work ethic. Some of you guys are going to surpass a lot of different people. Some of you people can get restoration from all the things, all the years that you didn't get what you needed to get. You're going to go boom out of nowhere like a Vargas, because that's exactly what happened with him. And again, some of you are going to be the Vargas, some of you guys will be the Cindy Kobos. Regardless, guess what? Both of them are financially independent. Both of them are financially independent. So it doesn't matter which one you are. And guess what? Cindy now is killing it on the base shop and the hierarchy as well. But my point is, she has financial independence because she didn't quit. Simple as that. She didn't quit. All right. So we say, if you're going to quit, just quit after you win. If you're going to quit, quit after we make history. If you're going to quit, make sure you quit that when you look in the mirror, that you said, I did everything I needed to do. Like, I put it all on the field. I put it on the court. I did what I needed to do. So there's no regret. Because the hardest thing to do is when you look in the mirror and you know that you didn't give it your all, you will always have a nightmare of regret. I'll repeat that again, because there's a lot of people that quit, and there's a lot of people in this season of life that will quit before they are able to experience what they knew they said they were here to set out to get. And then forever, they will always, don't listen to, I promise you, everybody quit, they see social media. They see Instagram, they see Facebook, they got to watch it. And it will always be in their head from nightmares for the rest of their life saying, damn, I should have kept going. I knew it will always be in their head. And if you talk to them, they'll be like, oh, we're fine. It just wasn't for me. But deep down inside, when they're all by themselves and they're laying down, they're thinking about, I know God had more for me. And he gave me an opportunity, but I kind of just was scared. I was really just scared. I was just more fearful. I didn't really want to read when I needed to read. I didn't really want to go work out, keep my energy up when I know I needed to do that. I didn't want to go prospect because I was scared of people saying no to me, even though I was a good opportunity. And they got to live with that. They got to live with that. So would you rather live with the regret, or would you rather live with, I knew I went all out no matter what, and see what the chips may lay? And if you know you work hard, you know God, we know we serve a God that's going to take care of you. You know that, right? If you really believe in, like, if you really got faith, if you guys, I got a lot of faithful people in this call. A lot of people are like, I'm so worried. What are you worried about? You know, God's going to take care of you. You work, you do what you got to do on your end. He's a conditional God, though. He says, you do your end, I bless you. Okay. So you do your end, he's going to bless you 10 times. Okay. So my point of bringing that up is, are you increasing the value of your code number? Let me give you a simple example. I'm going to explain on the call tomorrow, but I'm going to end it with this. Your code, everybody call at 45 people on this call. Everybody's code equals a certain amount of value. Your code number is value. So your job, everyone spent 199, some of you OGs spent 150. It's value that you're bringing to the marketplace. So my point is, what is your value that you're providing to the marketplace? What's the value of that code that you're building right now? Because if you look at it like a Sapala, Madison and Sapala, they make over $1 million a year. Let's do simple math. Okay. Because some of you guys want to retire one day. Some of you guys say, you know, maybe in the baby boomer senior situation. So your retirement needs to be a lot closer than someone maybe is a millennial. Right. So you're thinking about that. And by the way, retirement doesn't mean I sit at home and watch TV. Retirement just means I have a stream of income that I no longer depend on anyone else for anymore. I'm independent stream of income. That's retirement. So you can be 33 and retire. You could be 25 and retire. You decide that. You just don't have to depend on people. So let me give you an idea of what you want to do to increase your value of your code. If you look at Sapalas, if they make $1 million a year, simple math means if I have an annuity, because if you have an annuity and you invest the proper way, it pays you 5% a year through retirement. That's a pension plan that you create, self-directed pension plan through annuities that you guys offer, by the way, as you licensed agents, okay, for retirement. So if they're getting 5%, if I take $1 million and I divide it by 5%, because if I have an annuity, it's supposed to pay me 5% a year in retirement, okay? That means that $1 million of income that they make in cash flow every year is equivalent to a $20 million annuity. So really what their value of their code is $20 million. Did you just hear what I just said? Their value of their code is not $1 million. Their value of the code is $20 million because they're making $1 million a year. That's the same thing as having $20 million in annuity right now, paying you $1 million a year. So that's what their value of the code is. Some of you guys might say, you know what? Well, I mean, maybe my code would maybe make $500,000. Well, if you make $500,000 in our business, that's the same exact thing as having $10 million. It means you accumulated $10 million. If you make 6 figures in our business, your code is worth $5 million. $2 million, I'm sorry. Your code is worth $2 million. You make a ring, you get a ring, you're worth $2 million. Your code's automatically worth $2 million. Because that's exactly what you accumulated. You make 25K, you're at $500,000 in annuity. That's like taking $500,000 from a 401k and rolling over into annuity just by making $25,000 in our business. Did you just hear what I just said? It's the same exact math. So what do you want your value of your code to be? What do you want your value of your code to be? All right. I look forward to you guys making a decision, because that's what it comes down to. Is when it's all said and done and we will go after the team of the decade and you become a part of history. And you look back and you say, look at what we built. Look at the history books talks about us. Because everybody talks about decades. I don't care if you talk about sports. I don't care if you talk about anything. They always talk decades. It's always decades. I always ask, when you were born? I'm an 80s baby. Okay. And anyone I talk to that says, oh, I was born in 1993. I said, dang, you missed that. You missed the cut. 1991, you missed the cut. You're not in the 80s. That sucks. You're a 90s baby. That's crazy. Like, how do you you barely even heard Tupac. That's crazy. So our conversation is different because we talk what? Decades. We talk decades. We don't talk years. We talk decades. So you need to solve for a decade. What are you going to do this decade? What are you going to do to be a part of this last decade? Some of you catching on the tail end. Some of you guys are brand new in the PHP agency. You don't even know what the heck we're talking about half the time. It's like, what are they guys are just crazy talking about this team of the decade. That's cool that you come on the back end of a decade and still be a part of history and still be put in the history books as if you were here the last 10 years. So what type of impact are you? What type of value are you? Are you the Cindy or are you the Vargas? Regardless, we need both of you. Regardless, we need both of you. And we need you to make a decision if you want to play big. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to you increase the value, because I promise you someone's waiting on you. Someone's waiting on you. 10 years from now, someone's going to say, what's the value of your code again? Maybe you sell your business. Maybe you don't. Maybe you pass it on to your kids. Maybe you don't. Maybe pass it to your grandchildren. Maybe just keep it because you like going around to different offices and you like going to motivational speaking. You have those choices. For the real question, in the next 10 years, what is going to be created for you? Next 5 years, what's going to be created for you? What type of annuity is going to be paying you and your family? Because you can create it. So with that, guys, I'll pass it back to Mr. Molina. Fired up for what's happening tomorrow. You guys have Crusaders College. It's going to be killer. We're talking field training tomorrow. It's going to be really good. And then we'll talk about team of the decade and some financial freedom concepts as well. So I'm looking forward to running together. I'm very grateful. This is not something, this like that term is being very trendy right now. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. No, I'm seriously very grateful. Like I am very, very grateful of our team. Very grateful for those that say, you know what, I don't mind putting the jersey, because it's a volunteer army. No one forced you guys to hop on a call right now at 8 o'clock at night. Some of you guys are at midnight in some places as well. That means that you're sold out in regards to wanting to serve and increase people's quality of life. So you keep that in mind and understand that you have value. When you understand you have value to increase people's quality of life, you don't stop going to reaching out to people because you know you can increase their value. So with that, guys, you have a blessed night. I'll pass it back to Molina.
Woo! Good job, Curtis.
Oh.
Thank you so much, Coach, for your leadership. So, guys, we're going to end the meeting like this. I'm going to challenge you guys. Guys, if you're going to contribute to the team, make sure that you post it on the band. Make sure if it's 3 apps you're going to do, post that up. And stay focused for this season, guys. It's 45 days. A lot of us, and, you know, leadership is all about staying consistent. This is the hardest thing for someone to do. Let's stay consistent for 45 days. If we're all shooting for the same target, if we're all moving as one unit, if we're speaking the language of level 5, we're going to make some crazy things happen, and it's going to be well worth it. Guys, the hard work, the dedication that we put into this team, let's make sure that you know, the fruits of our labor are paying us back. But with that said, guys, go out there, post on the band. We're gonna probably do a few more of these. I want to make sure that everybody understands that this is a time to remain focused. And I know a lot of obstacles are going to come our way, but we will remain focused and we will come out on top. Let's give it up for Max Life, and guys, let's leave everything on the line. So with that said, guys, I love you guys. And this is a little handshake we do with Fortaleza, but if you guys don't know it, here it is. High five. There it is. Y'all want to do it? 1, 2, 3. Love you guys.
Thanks, Joel.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
I love it, Coach. I love it. For real, for real.
Love you too, man. All right, Max Life.
Fire. Woo.
Y'all have a good one, guys.